Hi everybody, on here again today to do a live prayer and meditation for anyone that needs it. And today is St. Patty's Day. So I thought in honor of St. Patty's Day, I would like to start off with the prayer, St. Patrick's Breastplate. And I wasn't familiar with this until I looked it up, but I'm a big fan of, St. Patty's Day. I'm not sure if there's any Irish in my family or not, but my dad was always he was always coming up with these things. And one of he said his favorite Irish blessings was, and you probably have heard this before, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. And again, it was one of my dad's favorite poems or blessings or whatever you want to call that. In honor of St. Patty's Day, I thought it would be neat to kind of find out more about St. Patty's Day. And the St. Patty's Day breastplate prayer goes as follows. So St. Patrick's breastplate is a popular prayer attributed to one of Ireland's most beloved patron saints. According to tradition, St. Patrick wrote it in 433 AD for divine protection before successfully converting the Irish king Lear and his subjects from paganism to Christianity. And of course, the term breastplate refers to a piece of armor that they wore in battle. But yeah, I thought that was interesting, and I was doing some digging, and this prayer brought faith to Ireland, and it's also been called the cry of the deer. But this is that prayer. I arise today through a mighty strength, the invocation of the Trinity, through belief in the threeness, through confession of the oneness of the Creator of creation. I arise today through the strength of Christ's birth with his baptism, through the strength of his crucifixion with his burial, through the strength of his resurrection with his ascension, through the strength of his descent for the judgment of doom. I arise today through the strength of the love of cherubim, in the obedience of angels, in the service of archangels, in the hope of resurrection to meet with reward, in the prayers of patriarchs, in the predictions of prophets, in the preaching of apostles, in the faith of confessors, in the innocence of holy virgins, in the deeds of righteous men. I arise today through the strength of heaven, the light of the sun, the radiance of the moon, the splendor of fire, the speed of lightning, the swiftness of wind, the depth of the sea, the stability of the earth, the firmness of rock. I rise today through God's strength to pilot me, God's might to uphold me, God's wisdom to guide me, God's eye to look before me, God's ear to hear me, God's word to speak for me, God's hand to guard me, God's shield to protect me, God's host to save me from snares of devils, from temptation of vices, from everyone who shall wish me ill, afar and near. I summon today all of these powers between me and those evils, against every cruel and merciless power that may oppose my body and soul, against incantations or false prophets, against black laws of paganism, against false laws of heretics, against craft of idolatry, against spells of witches and smiths and wizards, against every knowledge that corrupts man's body and soul. Christ, to shield me today against poison, against burning, against drowning, against wounding, so that there may come to me an abundance of reward, and might I add, against the coronavirus. Christ with me, Christ before me, Christ behind me, Christ in me, Christ beneath me, Christ above me, Christ on my right, Christ on my left, Christ when I lie down, Christ when I sit down, Christ when I arise, Christ in the heart of every man who thinks of me, Christ in the mouth of everyone who speaks of me, Christ in every eye that sees me, Christ in every ear that hears me. I arise today through a mighty strength of the invocation of the Trinity, through belief in the threeness, through confession of the oneness of the Creator of creation. Hey. So that was the prayer, St. Patrick's Breastplate. And if you've never heard of it before, I suggest you look it up. It was kind of interesting to find that gem. So I thought I would, again, in honor of St. Patty's Day, go ahead and bring that prayer with us today. And let's go ahead and go ahead and do a meditation now. And this one is called the Eye of the Hurricane meditation. I thought that was kind of appropriate to what's going on. It almost feels like we're all kind of going through a hurricane, does it not? There's a lot of wind blowing, a lot of hot air, a lot of just everything that is upsetting to us in our world and our family life, our work life, everything. And the thing I love about meditation, our mindfulness practice, it offers a way, and this is something I again teach my students at University of Richmond. Now we talk about mindfulness and meditation, but I also utilize this for my clients. But it offers a way for students and clients to disengage from the hectic world around them by focusing attention inward in a mindfulness practice. They learn to use their breath as a vehicle to create more inner peace by connecting to their breath. Students and clients can disconnect from upsetting thoughts, emotions, and other stressors that disrupt inner peace. However, like many abstract concepts, the concept of inner peace may be difficult for some to understand, and I was one of them probably about 3 years ago when I've been actually in quarantine, from a lot of people for the last 3 years because of my autoimmune issues. I have 3, and my thyroid issues. So I've been very much quarantining myself for the last 3 years because of my having those autoimmune issues. It just does definitely make me, a target almost for anything like cold, or viruses, whatever is going on in the community. So I've had to really step back from what I used to do and be more online. But that's okay. Maybe that's a blessing right now. In this meditation, the concept of inner peace is clarified by using a hurricane as a metaphor. You can use anything you want to, but I encourage you to try and use this because it's really interesting why they use this metaphor. With the strong, turbulent winds of a hurricane, within is the eye. And the eye is very calm and quiet. It's centered to space. And the goal is to help my clients, my students, to explore inner peace by using their breath to become like the eye of a hurricane, the silent part of themselves that can notice difficult or challenging experiences without getting caught up are carried away by them. A large body of research supports the use of mindfulness meditation for psychological distress and emotional well-being. And I was reading just in my meditation and prayer yesterday, I was talking about the CEO for LinkedIn and how he is incorporating that spirituality not only in his private life but also in his business and for his employees. The goal of this tool is for students and clients to connect to a place of inner peace and calm. And this tool uses the metaphor of a hurricane to guide them to a state in which they become an observer and that is able to notice what is happening from moment to moment with a sense of calm and clarity. The concept of inner peace is reasonably abstract. May need to try this exercise more than once, and I definitely encourage you to do so. I will go ahead and record this and have it on my website, actually on Facebook, in several places that you can be able to access it. But yeah, to really understand this and really to be able to see a difference, it's kind of like going to Carnegie Hall. It's practice, practice, practice. So you're likely to be very familiar with the thinking self part once you've done this many times. And it's the part of them that generates those thoughts, those beliefs, memories, judgments, dreams, plans, and so on. And less aware and unfamiliar with the silent, observing self, the aspect of them that is aware of whatever they're thinking or feeling or sensing or doing at any moment. If this meditation causes your mind to feel unsettled, you may return to the breath as an anchor. It is advisable to incorporate real-time stimuli from the surrounding environment into the flow of meditation guidance. For example, like sirens or anything that's going on outside of your house, or is actually might be going on inside the house right now when everybody's homebound. The heating and air conditioning can be incorporated into this metaphor as it turns on and turns off. You can use that ambient sound to help with, your breathing. I love listening to anything that has a continual sound to it to help with my breathing. And if not, that's all I have, then I just listen to that intently. But it can strengthen our observing mode. In this meditation, it allows the mind to observe whatever surfaces during the meditation. It may cause issues that have been deeply repressed to begin to rise to the surface. And this provides you with the opportunity to address them consciously. It allows you to discuss any issues that you have arisen after the meditation or during the reflection of the meditation. Hey, Kenny. So, the description. So, yeah, that was the description. And now if you can get comfortable, find a position, hopefully with your feet planted on the ground, or if you're sitting in the lotus position, that's fine as well. Cushion on the floor or a chair. But sit tall, and as they say in yoga, put your shoulders in your back pocket. And just feel that seat beneath you and feel that floor beneath your feet. Feel the clothes against your skin. You're really trying to ground yourself right now in this moment and take yourself out of the past or out of the future, but just stay in what's going on right now with you. And let's see if you can become like the center of the hurricane. Your current circumstances, your thoughts, your feelings, and the sensations throughout your body can be compared to the winds of a hurricane. It is possible for you to let go of all these things for a moment so that you're no longer taking part in them, like the center of the hurricane is not taking part in the turbulent surrounding winds anymore. To do this, start by focusing on your breath and just simply breathe in and breathe out. You're not trying to control your breath, but you are listening to it, and you're feeling the rise and the fall of your chest. Sometimes I like to think of the waves and how they roll into the shore and roll away from the shore. And that's so much like our breathing. But as you start to listen to your breath and feel the rise and fall of your chest, you'll notice that it starts to get slower, and it slows down. And even your heart rate at this point may begin to slow down as well. Just like the eye is deep within the hurricane, your eye is deep within you. Use your breath to connect to this part of you. Just simply breathe in and breathe out. I want you to stay connected to your breath. If anything stressful happens in this moment, such as negative thoughts, unpleasant feelings, annoying sounds, difficult life events, memories, try and look at them as if they are the turbulent wind of the hurricane, whirling around, continually changing, unpredictable in nature. Notice that you are not them. You are apart from that. You are the silent center of the hurricane, the part that is peaceful, despite what is happening around you. You are the silent center of the hurricane. There is only peace here and tranquility, and you are at ease. You are not reacting, you are simply observing. Like the wind of the hurricane, these experiences are constantly moving and changing. You, on the other hand, are stable. You are not moving or being carried away by them. As you are breathing, notice how you move more and more towards the center of the hurricane, towards the eye. Just like the turbulent wind of the hurricane, your thoughts, your feelings, and whatever's happening outside yourself is still going on, but you are no longer a part of that. You are in a safe, peaceful place, breathing in and breathing out. As you sit here, connected to your eye, notice whatever arises. Notice the wind of the hurricane, but do not participate. Stay in the eye. Notice thoughts. Notice feelings. Notice sensations. Continue to watch the ever-changing nature of the world inside and outside of you. Watch from a distance, with curiosity and without judgment, without reacting to what you see. No matter how intense or bad the hurricane gets, the eye is always centered, calm, and at ease. Even the most turbulent hurricane cannot hurt or harm the eye. The eye is safe. Whenever you feel you need to restore your inner peace, use your breath and connect to this silent part of you. Just breathe in and breathe out. It may help to visualize the hurricane with yourself in the center. It can be difficult to see the eye of a hurricane at times, and sometimes we forget the eye is there. However, it is always there. If we examine close enough, even the strongest, darkest hurricane, sooner or later we'll see the eye centered and constant. Now, when you feel ready, slowly open your eyes. And the reflection part of this, they have a few questions. What was it like to connect to the observing self? To see you outside of you? How did you feel while you were observing? How do you feel now? Do you feel calmer? More at ease? Did you resonate with this metaphor of the eye of the hurricane? If not, can you think of another metaphor that would resonate with you more? I would love to know that and maybe come up with a different meditation for other people or for another time. Sometimes during meditations, issues that have been suppressed for some time begin to rise to the surface. I would tell you, don't get worried and upset about this, because this is actually a good thing. It means that the body's ready to let it go, to release it, to remove it. Were there things that you noticed that you have repressed in the past? Did they come up? And if so, what kind of experience did you notice with that? What was it like to notice them? And how did you deal with them? Were you able to let them go at this point? If not, again, I would say continue to do this every day. I will post this again on my Lisa Hazelgrove page, as well as Lisa Healthy and our Heal Holistic Educators Affecting Lives page and group, so that you have access to it. But there you go. I hope this was helpful. Listen to it again. And peace be with you. Namaste.